Hello, this is Rewrite Reviews. I'm here to tell you the stories of fan fictions. Any site really matters. I do not discriminate on any site or have a preferred site to read on. I would like to thank the host of this channel, Sven, or Jesus as I know him, as his previous DM. Thank you for letting me do this show. Now, the first story I'm going to review is a favorite of mine, known as In Flight. It is written by Gabriel Blessing, and it is 700,000 plus words, a 30-chapter read, and it is very in-depth. I'm going to categorize these by a matter of their grammar, their plot, the fusions of fandoms, if they are crossovers, if they have any original characters, the relevance of those characters, and how they're portrayed as original, and the true to canonically written, if they are basic stories written to drive the plot forward, if they are alternate universe, that's a different thing altogether, and the style of how they're written. Now, for In Flight, the grammar is very well done. It's actually quite amazing. It is written in a first-person format and has a knack that cannot be contained quite easily. I find it improves the method on how it is written. Now, In Flight is a crossover between Sekirei and Fate/stay night. In Flight is mainly canonically after the main game of Fate/stay night, with some liberties taken on the character Shiro Emiya. Shiro, after moving to London, was then chased out for reasons that would be spoilers if I said so. He was chased out and had to return back to Japan. Upon returning to Japan, he had met his biological mother, which was then thought deceased. After learning that his biological mother lived, he decided to live in the city of Shintokyo to be closer to his family. That is when it crosses over with Sekirei, as his mother is the mother of the main character Minato from that series. Then it starts to get complicated as he then goes into the actual story of Sekirei. But due to the fact of Fate/stay night being about magic, Shiro is a little bit ahead of what any character in that story can do. So, it's about the shenanigans of Shiro with his Fate/stay night abilities in the Sekirei universe. The plot, well, taking mostly from the original show, does not follow it very well. Canonically, the show goes as a tournament style in Sekirei, where each Sekirei, which is a alien that has superpowers in the broadest stroke I can go on, has to fight each other to be with their loved one or their Ashikabi forever. While it's a very nice touch, and it's a very good story, Sekirei is a bit of a fan-servicey anime, in my opinion, that is. With the dark grittiness of Fate/stay night mixed into that, it became something more of an action thriller, with a bit of horror thrown in there from time to time. It gets quite dark later on in the story. The crossover faction of them, too, it does it very well, and it's actually very open to new readers. For example, the way magic works in Fate/stay night is actually explained very early on in the story. Same with Sekirei. It has a tendency to explain a bit much, that's why the word count is usually very high. It explains an increasingly amount of detail on everything that is new to the reader. So therefore, anybody that doesn't have experience reading this can just jump in and enjoy the writing. It's written in a first-person perspective, like I said before, and it is very interesting. It writes a story that you can honestly read over and over again, and I do love this story. It's one of my favorite crossovers. I do enjoy reading it from time to time if I have the time to. Too many times in one sentence. Oh, I'm terrible at puns. Sorry for that. If I had to give it a rating from 1 to 5, though I don't like using that, so I'll use some different meanings, I would give it probably a casual look through, which is about a 2 on my scale. Number 1 would be binge read it, and I do that. But to somebody that doesn't know the series, or isn't obsessed with it like I have a tendency to be, I say casual look through is a good way to get through this very large and very, very popular fanfiction, as it actually has fanfiction written on itself, which is very rare. I am Tyrant, and I'm signing out.